Hi guys, this is Stormouse03, continuing my Assassin's Creed 3 Perfectionist Guide, and this is Sequence 12, and this first mission is called Laid to Rest. And so when you start it up, it's going to show you your optional objectives from the previous sequence for some reason. I'm not sure why it does that. So you saw all three of those highlighted in blue. Those were from the last mission of Sequence 11. And the very bottom one that was still white, to denote that I had not yet completed it, is the one for this mission. So you're going to have, I think, a total of 3 optional objectives in this mission right here, and but you don't get the second 2 until a little bit later. The first 2 are to only perform a regular kill on 15 or fewer enemies. So you kind of have to kill these guys right here. And I messed around with like different ways of killing people, and found that pretty much everything counts as a regular kill. I tried air assassinations, I tried hidden assassinations, and just nothing seemed to work. Also, you're going to see this video cut up a few times. There's one of the cuts that I made. I spent a lot of time looting those bodies. But other places I cut it because I reloaded some checkpoints. And that's something that you should definitely do, because there's a section later on where you can get into a bad spot pretty quickly without really meaning to. And these guys right here, I'm just gonna kill them all. By the time you get done with killing these guys, you should have 13 kills. Now, a way that you can get around killing these guys is if you call in your assassins. And I did not do this here because I had not heard of this strategy before. Before I did it. And so I found a way to get through the level without doing that. So you will see right here a way of getting through the level without exploiting that little trick. I think that it's a good way to do it, because then you, if you do use your assassins, because then you don't have to really worry about killing people later on. But I don't know why I'm playing around so much with these dudes. You really just want to like disarm them and then kill them. But because there's 2 of them here, I'm just not having a good time of it. But as soon as you finish killing all of the folks here, I'm gonna have my 13 kills. And I will show you how, if you do not want to use your assassins, or if you don't have them, you haven't done those side missions to be able to get a bunch of assassins to come help you, how you can get through this section. It's not impossible, because I'm gonna do it. So we've killed these guys, and we're going to now move forward. And I played around, I really did play around with a lot of different ways. I tried killing them with different sorts of weapons. There may be one type of weapon or something that does not count as a regular kill, but I couldn't find it. So if you have found a weapon like the rope darts, or I don't think I tried those, or something like that that does not count as a quote regular kill, please do let me know, because that would be nice to know for that section. because sometimes I just they give you the optional constraints, and then you aren't quite sure what it means because you're thinking regular kills. Okay, does that mean killing regular enemies? Does that mean any kind of kill? Does it mean poison kills? Does it include those? Does it include ranged shots with a bow and arrow, or with a gun? Just not sure. I'm just not sure, and I don't know whether I tried using my gun in that section and whether that worked or not. It seemed like when I took the guys as the human shields, those still counted as quote regular kills. So in my head, I'm thinking that this just kind of means any kill. That pretty much any kill counts for your 15. So it showed me again. I have 13 out of 15 right now. And so if you do it the way that I did it, killing all of the guys in the earlier sections, you're going to need to get through all of these eavesdrop sections without killing anybody. So you're really going to need to watch the pathing of the guards. You're going to need to really be careful to not get spotted, and to go in a good direction here. So I'm going to make sure that I see where my enemies are. I'm going to be careful not to go up too far, and as soon as they turn around, I'm going to move around this corner. And so now, right here, just right above this little window here, is the place where you need to go. But you see how it won't let me trigger it yet. Because for whatever reason, it wants you to go over here to the left first, and I don't know why. It's almost like it glitches out. I can't figure why it wants you to go over here first, but I'm going to try to make my way around this boat as carefully as possible without getting spotted, because there's a guy over there to my right walking around on the lower part of the deck here, and then there is another on the upper part of the deck up here to the left, and they're both patrolling around, and you really don't want them to see you. And I'm trying to go as carefully as I can so that I don't get seen. And for whatever reason, it wouldn't let me get up on the upper part of the ship from where I was. But there's this guy, and he really needs to not see you. So we're going to wait and wait and wait and wait for him to turn around. And then I'm going to tentatively move over this way. And as soon as that thing moves, I saw it, and I'm like, I need to get back down there. So, I mean, do whatever you have to do. Jump in the water, do something. But don't get seen. And that was almost the end right then. It would have been safer to just fall back into the water and climb back up, because see how I'm like, you do not see me. You do not see me. That could have really messed things up right then. But I was lucky he didn't see me enough that that he actually, went into high red alert or whatever. So I made it through okay, and he actually went away, and I didn't desync. Because if they spot you and they start to engage with you, you do desynchronize in this section. I do believe. So now I'm moving back through the ship to get to that window that I was at before. So for whatever reason, it takes it a long ass time to trigger this conversation here, because I'm like, I have been here 3 times. Why wouldn't it, start the eavesdropping sequence? But it's finicky and it takes its time. So that's all I can say. But as soon as I finish listening to this eavesdropping conversation, I mess up again, and I couldn't get out of the mistake that time. I got spotted and desynchronized. So you're going to see a little cut right here where I had to go back and reload the checkpoint. And now I'm going to continue on. So you want to kind of get down, because if you get too high up there, this guy right here can see you. So you want to kind of wait on this corner, and you've got a few guys here, and you want to take a path that is going to make it so that you can't be spotted by them, and you have to move pretty quickly. Sorry about that notification that popped up there. I had forgotten to turn them off at the time. But as soon as this guy turns around, I'm going to run around this box and just pause just a second until he's coming out the back end, and then you want to run up here. You have to do this really at the right moments to avoid all of these guards' paths. But if you do it just like that, you can get around to this box right here and stay in cover to listen to this final conversation. And so after this conversation is done, you will have a couple more optional objectives. One is to get off of the boat without being spotted and engaging with the enemies, and which basically means don't get spotted and put them on alert. And the second is you need to kill the captain. So in order to kill the captain, you need to be quick, and or else these guys are going to see you. And so what I'm going to do is make sure that I have my poison dart selected. There come the optional objectives, and get out these poison darts. And what I'm going to do, I have 2 kills left that I can make, and so I'm going to get them both right here. I'm going to kill that guy so he can't bother me, and I'm going to kill the captain. And then I'm not going to jump off just yet, because as soon as you hit that water, the mission is over. And so the captain is not dead yet, and I don't want to risk it. I'm going to wait, and there goes my 14th kill. There goes the captain. There goes the 15th. I haven't failed that, and now I am going to dive right into the water. Someone almost saw me at the end there, but I managed to hit the water before they got into full alert. And so that's a little fast and furious there at the end, but that is how I got through it. I got exactly 15 kills and managed to fulfill that constraint. I escaped without entering into open conflict, which basically means don't get seen. And I killed the captain there at the end. And so that's the end of mission 1, and we're going to move on to the second mission here. So this mission is called Chasing Lee, and it is effectively the last mission of the game, and it's got some pretty tricky optional objectives on it. So you're going to have 3 optional objectives here, and this is just me trying to get to the icon, so there's nothing that you're doing here except going to a waypoint. So I'm going to take a second to talk about what we're going to be doing for when we start the actual difficult part, because it's fairly hard. So you're going to be in a chase sequence, and you're going to have 2 constraints during the beginning of that, and then an additional one during another section. So the first 2 are you need to stay within 50 meters of Lee, your target, and you need to not shove anyone during the chase. And that is, doing those 2 things together is very difficult to do, because to stay within 50 meters of him, you really need to take off like a shot, and to not shove anyone, you really need to both know where you're going to be going and how to avoid people, and kind of get lucky that someone doesn't run into your path, because they like to do that, and it's really annoying. So you use your eagle vision here to spot Lee, and then it'll go into a little cutscene, and then we're going to be into the thick of it. Sometimes it really, you're seeing the person and it does not want to highlight them and trigger the the scene. It's like, there he is, I see him, he is yellow, come on, game. So you'll get a cutscene, and then you start, and you want to take off, and I like to go down here to avoid the people. Folks are sort of running around, and so that means that they get in your way periodically. So then you want to move, you want to run around those guys, You don't want to mess with these guys, so you want to cut this corner right here. And then you're going to keep running, keep running, keep running, keep avoiding people, keep avoiding all of the stuff that's going to impede your way. And then move, move, move here, and then you'll finally get a complete on not shoving anyone because there's no one else within this section. And then once you get right here, you're pretty much always going to be within 50 meters of him because he can't move very quickly, but you still want to kind of be booking it. And so you get then in this section right here with all this fire, you get the additional constraint of not getting burned by any of the fire. So you want to kind of wait for that to fall right there, and then move along the outside of the ship right here. Make sure you don't fall. And right here I was being sort of an idiot and not realizing I needed to slide under the thing, but you see how much time I had. Like, he is not getting away, he is not getting within the 50, past the 50 meters from me. And then, so once you really get into the ship, you're not too concerned with him getting too far away. You just want to make sure that you stay on the right path and that you don't fall and lose track of him and that kind of thing. But that is pretty tricky to pull off. Like I said, you need a bit of luck and to sort of know exactly what you're going to be doing, and you will get all three of those constraints done. And so guys, that is effectively the end of this game for you. I'm going to keep talking a bit throughout the ending here because there's a little bit more to do. He doesn't want to climb up things right now because he's hurt, and you have to get to this waypoint over here, but there's nothing else there's no other optional objectives. There's no other real sections to this that are that involved at all. That is, you're pretty much through with your missions after you do that. And so that's a pretty good feeling. So you get this, I think there might have been a cutscene there that I trimmed out, but otherwise there is the end of it. You get full sync, and we stayed within 50 meters of Lee. We didn't shove anybody, and we did not take any fire damage. So that is the end of that. And so here are all of my 100%s on all of my missions, and if you have done this the way that I have within this guide, once it goes into the next section, you will get your achievement for Perfectionist, which is pretty awesome. And at that point I had done all of the side stuff too, that I could, so I was well on my way to that completionist achievement as well. But there it is, your Perfectionist Achievement. And well earned, because, it's not the toughest 100% in an Assassin's Creed game, but, some of the things in there were not easy. So you definitely deserve some congratulations for getting through it. And you get a nice hefty little gamer score bonus to your tag, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, basically this is the end of this game. I've had a really, really good time doing this guide and sharing this game with you guys. I've really enjoyed the game in general. I thought that it was really well done. I don't know if I would say that Connor is my favorite of the assassins. I still really like Ezio, but I think that it was a good choice to move on from that era, because it was getting a little or a lot stale. So I definitely appreciated the change in gameplay, the change in location, the change of pace. So here are our achievements for the end of the game, and I just want to say thanks for watching, guys. I had a lot of fun doing this guide, and hope to see you guys for the next game that I'm covering. So thanks for watching, and I will see you then.